Hello, my name is Teacher Ben, coming right back at you with my seventh installment in the ongoing series of getting bullied in high school and college athletics. Um, in the sixth installment, uh, I had just given Muskingum College a second team all OAC performance. Now, this summer, things start to change. I've been following God, been hoping and praying for a loyal wife. I start to become arrogant. I start to get proud. And if we read in the Bible, it actually says that God really hates pride and arrogance, and that really leads people away from God. Yeah, yeah. So let me explain. I had my coach left and he went to Ohio Wesleyan. We bring in a new coach. I think his name was Keith. First name was Keith. I can't remember his first name. And he really said, "Look, Ben, I've seen your time in the steeplechase. I'm going to train you as a middle distance runner. Coach Chris didn't train you as a middle distance runner. I think it will turn you into an incredible steeplechase runner. We're going to put you on the media guide for Muskingum College, and I want you to kind of mentor the freshmen and." I got this great plan for you. I want you to be at Muskingum College. Uh, so I am thinking it would be beautiful to run with people who are aspiring to make the Olympics. And I believe that at this moment in my life, I am thinking, you know, uh, I'm one of the better runners at Muskingum. I want to run with people who are better than me because I think that will push me. So I talked to the coach, Coach Randy at Kansas State University. I look at the results of the team. Uh, it seems I have a place on the team. I noticed there are two Kenyan runners. Uh, my friends from essentially middle school are enrolled at Kansas State. I believe that they will provide me with some support in my athletic career. I enroll in Kansas State, so uh, I actually took the fall semester out completely off from school and enrolled in Kansas State in the spring of, I think it was 2003. So I'm trying to uh, come to practice and I meet the Kenyans. Amazing. You know, I couldn't really ask for better friends. And so uh, the problem is that it seemed to alienate uh, the other runners who were Americans, and so at least the long distance runners who are Americans. And so I hate to say that because I don't really know the truth of what happens, but I do know that in college athletics, a lot of time I would choose one person who I want to be great friends with, and I focused all my energy on them. Uh, and so my plan was, I'm going to focus on these Kenyans, seem to alienate my fellow Americans. So uh, I am I am training on the track team with the track team at Kansas State. The coach says, uh, you know, in the meantime, until you catch up to the other runners, I want you training by yourself. So I'm training by myself, and we have Kansas State is competing at Emporia State. It's Division II. Now, you would think that it would be a great opportunity for coach to insert me in a smaller race. I won't have as many good runners, as many Division I level runners at Emporia State at the Emporia State meet. He does not enter me in the Emporia State meet, so I don't want to get standoffish with the coach. I don't mention my feelings about his decision to not enter me in that meet. I talked to him in the summer. Coach, would you like me to come out for the cross country team? He says, yes. So I am on the cross country team. Uh, Time is not real great, and actually it's quite hard because my friends are the Kenyans. We go on an 8 or 10 mile run. I can stay with the Kenyans for 1 mile. Really the 1 mile point was about my limit to stay with some of the better runners. I could stay with them for 1 mile and then I'm hosed. The Kenyans would be running, whatever pace they were running, 5:20 for 10 miles. We are talking about 10 miles in 52 minutes, quite fast. It's hard for me to get a quality training experience. I continue to be on the team. My spirit, I'm lost spiritually. I'm hoping that some of the better middle distance runners, we can have wonderful training sessions, and the friendship is not really developing. Uh, I'm really down, and I am not trusting God to lead me on the path He wants me to be led on. And if He wants me to be a great runner for His name, I'm there for it. I was not there for God. I am believing in myself now. I am believing that given the chance to run with some of these Olympic expiring, and they're really close to being on the Olympic team. We're talking about an 800 in 1 minute and 46 seconds. So I'm thinking, you know, uh, if I can train with some of these guys, have a good friendship, we are running the middle distance training for it. Maybe I can get or not maybe, but I will get myself back in shape and be able to be a Olympic caliber athlete. The friendship never develops. I'm shy. I'm afraid to go to practice, and I end up going to the coach and I say, I want to quit the team. Uh, I didn't really want to quit, but there were some issues going on with myself. I had a very small room, and I said, let's downsize. Let's get this bag out of the way, and let me return it to the coach. I want to quit, and and so after one season of cross country, competed in all the races, got to compete in the Big 12 championship, got wonderful pictures of it. And my mom showed up, got to see her son competing in the Big 12 championship. I quit the cross country team, and Coach Randy continues on through the spring. I don't really have any involvement. I start running maybe like February, and I have a plan. I come in May. Coach Randy leaves for Wyoming University, and then I'm talking to Coach Michael. I said, Coach Michael, you know, I really, uh, I really got the running bug. I'm training hard. Uh, I had associated myself with a wonderful man who was a high jumper. Name was Marquise. He set me up with who would be my roommate, CJ, wonderful man too, and a group of Division 1 athletes. We had some basketball players. We had a lot of track athletes, and a wonderful group of Christian men. I am in church. I am not. My heart is not in it, and my heart is still like, hey, let's train with the middle distance runners. If I get that chance to train with them, and we're friends, and we're running together and pulling each other along, I'm going to become an Olympic athlete. Never happens. I go in and training by myself like crazy. I'm totally believing in my work ethic and the fact that I am going to be an Olympic athlete. I believe it's going to happen with my own plan. This is my own plan, my own vision. I'm not listening to God. Uh, I do run like pretty good. In fact, I ran quarter miles. My quarter mile time fell to 59. Yeah, I believe it was 59, which is pretty fast for me. And coach says, look, we got good freshmen. I want you to prove that you are better than the freshmen. If you are better than the freshmen, we got 10 spots on the team. I only want to coach 10 guys. I will cut a freshman. If you can't beat the freshman, you're going to get cut. And he goes, I remember one day he said, you can come to practice and tag along, So uh, anyway, so I really respected Coach Michael, and I wanted to be great friends with him, same as I wanted to be friends with the middle distance runners. Um, he let me come into his office. We'd spend 10 minutes talking. He'd give me advice. Uh, the day of the race comes where I need to beat the freshmen, start out like a bat out of hell, and fade. I'm not running for God. Uh, I don't have that, passion to pull through the pain. And so I do not make the team. I continue running on my own. There were some times I would show up at practice and run on my own. And I do want to tie this into, um, part of the reason I didn't like being around the team was that I alienated some of the American long distance runners. A lot of, I can't remember getting bullied. I did talk to a psychologist about some of the stuff, and it was fresh in my mind in 2019. And she did tell me, Ben, you were bullied uh, by some of the long distance runners at Kansas State. Um, that being said, I can't really tell you specifics about what I did to get bullied. I did run the wrong direction on the course one day when I was part of the team of the cross country team. Those seeing people laugh about how stupid I was didn't sit very well with me, and and really I can't remember some of the American long distance runners what they said, but I do remember 2 or 3 times a practice I would they would say stuff that just cut me to my heart, and so um, I I didn't really like the other American long distance runners, and so um, possibly I could have been friends with them. Didn't really ever get to know them, and so really my tenure at Kansas State came to an end when I graduated with my bachelor's in psychology, uh, and yeah, so I did run a 8K in 26 minutes, and really my tenure, besides the 59 and the 400 and the 26, yeah, that's really all I have to mention. I did probably have a day where I remember running 8 miles in like 46 minutes, probably like 5:30 miles, which is pretty nice for an 8 mile run. I can't remember the specifics of that, but my tenure at Kansas State is over. I am accepted in the graduate program, ecstatic about that, and I leave Kansas State. These wonderful uh, men who uh, you know, could have been great training partners. I am walking away from them. So I am enrolled at Seton Hall University. I am headed to South Orange, New Jersey. That is installment number 6. I will talk to you in installment number 7. Have a nice day.